Most crochet projects don't fall apart because of your stitches. They fall apart because of how you joined your yarn. And some of you are out there trusting knots that have absolutely no business being trusted. Think about it. Have you ever tied a knot and cut the ends and said, "This should probably hold"? Meanwhile, that knot is in your pattern somewhere planning its escape. And the worst part is, you usually don't find out until it's way too late. And if you want cleaner, stronger crochet projects, go ahead and subscribe, like this video, and hit the bell. I post tutorials that fix the small mistakes that make a big difference, because not all crochet joins are created equal. Today, I'm testing 5 of the most common crochet joins: the Russian join, the square knot, the magic knot, the needle join, and the color change join. So you know exactly which one to use and which one you should probably stop using. So let's hop into this tutorial. These joins are going to be tested out with care on Simply Soft. If you know anything about that yarn, it has a sheen and luster to it that causes a lot of slip. All right, so first up is the square knot. You're going to begin with your right yarn over top of your left yarn. Then this side will go down and up. Then your left side will cross over like so, and this will go down and up. Now you have your square knot and you're going to pull tight. Alright, let's test this knot out. The downfall about this knot, well, the most common complaint is it comes undone later. I've seen this come undone on myself in the past, and sometimes it holds. It's kind of inconsistent, and it depends on the yarn. Let's say you're using a worsted weight yarn, not a worsted weight, but a more acrylic typical yarn that's fuzzy, the knot might hold better. So let's give this a test. I'm going to give it all my might. Okay, the knot is holding up. Okay, I hurt my hand. So far, this knot is an okay. Next up is the Russian join. We're going to begin with an X, then cross over one more time. This join does require a needle, and I suggest make sure you do have a sharp needle to do this. And now we're just going to be working into the remainder of the yarn. This is a very tedious task, and it's especially difficult when you're working with this type of yarn because the needle has trouble slipping through each section. I try to go about at least 1.5 inches down while doing this. Alright, and now you would just pull that yarn through. Now thread your yarn here and do the same on the other side. I got that second side threaded through, and we're just going to pull. And we can cut our ends. The downsides about this join, it can be a little bulky, and like again, depending on the yarn, it's very hard to thread through, especially with this slippery yarn. So I had some troubles looping it around. But usually once it's in there, it's pretty secure. Alright, let's give this a test. So you can see what it looks like. It's not too bulky, but I'm guessing if you're working with an even bulkier weight yarn, it might be. So let's do the pull test. Oh, it came apart. Maybe I didn't thread it through enough, but I guess with the slippery yarn, I gotta go down. I decided to give this one another chance with another 6 inches threaded through. But honestly, okay, it held up with that, but who has time to thread this through like 6 inches of yarn? But it is a nice join, but I still give it a thumbs down. Next up is the needle join. It's sometimes called the braided join or the cheater's join. It's very similar to the Russian join. You're going to take your one yarn and you're going to thread it through the opposite side. Like before, this is very difficult when you have such slippery yarn like this. And learning from my last mistake, I'm going to go a little bit further than 1.5 inches. I'll give this 3 inches. I'll fast forward some of this. Okay, and I guess we're just going to pull through. And you're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. You're going to take your yarn and thread it through. Alright, I cut off the ends and I got 3 inches on either side of the join. I do not have faith in this. The Russian join did not hold. I don't have faith that this holds. And as you can see, it is a little bit thicker. So let's give this a pull. Whoop! All right, as you can see, it didn't work. Thumbs down. The color change join is probably my second favorite join. It's technically used when you're changing colors in crochet, but I find it nice and simple when I don't want to use knots. So in order to do this, I'm working with double crochets. You're just going to drop the yarn on a second, yarn over, pull through. So let's do our double crochet. Yarn over, pull through 2. Now we're going to drop our yarn and we're going to pick up that new yarn and pull through. And you just tighten up your work. The only downfall of this, you will be working over ends, but I don't mind crocheting over ends. And you would just continue your double crochet as normal. I'm going to skip to the end of this row so you see exactly what it looks like. All right, I made it to the end and I'm just going to cut off my ends. I just crocheted all the way over top of my ends. All right, I'm not going to have to tug on this to see if it falls apart because I know this join is going to stay. As you can see, this is what it looks like. I just worked over those ends. Like I said, one of my favorites when you don't want to bother tying knots. So I give this one a thumbs up. This one is my all-time favorite, the magic knot. I use this all the time. So let me show you how it's done. You'll take 2 ends of your yarn, have them parallel. This first side up here, you pull it up over top and down below. We're just going to take this yarn right here below and make a little knot. And we're knotting it around that first yarn, like so. We are going to do the same thing. We're going to take this yarn, go down and back up again. And we're going to tie a little knot right here. And tighten it around that strand. And now all you have to do is pull these together and pull tightly. Like I said, this is one of my favorite knots. I might have seen it come loose once, but very rarely. I use this on almost all of my crochet projects. All right, let's give my favorite knot a pull and see how. Okay, give me another pull. All right, favorite knot holds up. Here are all the crochet knots laid side by side so you can see how they look in comparison. On the very top is the needle join. I do not recommend this came apart immediately. Next up is the square knot. The knot did hold during the test, but just through trying this knot on my own, I have had it fall apart occasionally, so I'll give the square knot a maybe. Next up is the Russian join. It came apart, so I'll give this a thumbs down unless you have about 12 inches that you wouldn't mind weaving your yarn through. Personally, I don't, so thumbs down. Next up is the magic join, which is one of my favorite knots that I use on almost all of my patterns. Yes, the knot is a little bit bigger than some of the other knots, but it holds every single time, so thumbs up. Runner-up to one of my favorites is the color changing join. I love this. It's an even transition. It never falls apart. Make sure you leave a long tail that you're going to crochet over those ends as you go, and you'll be sure that it won't fall apart. All right, guys, let me know in the comments which one of these joins are your favorite, or did I miss one? Let me know. All right, guys, if you love crochet tips like this, make sure you check out this other video right here, and I'll see you all on the very next video. Bye, guys.